200 plus devil fruits in one piece, and for 25 years, we thought we understood them. Eat one, gain power, lose the ability to swim. Simple, right? Wrong, because after the reveal of Imu's face, after reading the Japanese text that nobody translated correctly, I think we've been lied to about the origin of these fruits. What if I told you that Imu didn't eat a devil fruit? What if I told you Imu is the devil fruit? Today, we are breaking the entire power system of One Piece. I'm not just summarizing a theory you've heard before, I'm adding a new layer, the corruption rate, and why Luffy isn't immune to Imu, he's invisible to him. Let's start with the text everyone ignores. Imu's box doesn't say mythical zone, it doesn't say paramecia, it says Akuma no Mi. In Japanese, context is king. If Oda wanted to say Imu ate a fruit, he would use Tabeta. He didn't. He used Norioku de Aru. His power is devil fruit, meaning Imu isn't a host. Imu is the origin, the template. Every other fruit in the world is just a photocopy of his original soul. Here is my original analysis. Look at his variety of powers. He teleports like Van Augur, he controls shadows like Moria, he brings objects to life like Big Mom, he even seems to use arrow projection like Gunku. Most fans say Imu has multiple fruits. That's boring. Here is my take. Imu doesn't need to eat fruits. He is the source code. When Big Mom died in the lava, her soul didn't just find a nearby apple. The energy traveled through the planet's magma veins, the roots of the red line, and returned to Imu like a homing signal. He isn't collecting powers, he is downloading updates. Those spots on his body? Not smallpox, not decoration. I believe those are Dormant Seals. When Nika punched the original devil in the first world, the devil shattered. Each shard became a fruit. But Imu's body remembers where every shard used to sit. A blank spot means that power is currently loose in the world, eaten by a pirate. A filled spot means that power has returned home. This is why Blackbeard is hunting specific fruits. He isn't trying to be strong. He's trying to keep those spots on Imu's body empty. If Teach fills his body with quakes and darkness, those spots on Imu's skin can never close. Now for the God Fruits versus Devil Fruits angle. Everyone says Nika is the opposite of Imu. That's too simple. Here is my original idea. It's not about good versus evil, it's about ownership. Imu's power works like a contract. You eat his fruit, you get power, but you lose your freedom and your ability to swim. Your will becomes his will eventually. That's why Zoans overtake their hosts. That's the curse of the devil. But Nika's fruit has no curse. It has a whim. Luffy doesn't lose his will when he transforms. He gains more of it. That's why Imu's Domi Reversi possession failed on Loki and Luffy. You cannot write a contract on someone who has already signed a contract with themselves. And here is the scariest part I haven't seen anyone else say. What if the One Piece isn't the treasure? What if the One Piece is the receipt? Joy Boy left the poneglyphs as a guide, but the actual treasure at Laugh Tale might be the original seed of the Eve Tree, the one fruit that never got eaten. If Luffy eats that, he doesn't get a new power. He becomes the second God Tree, a rival operating system to Imu's Windows. Imu's plan is simple. Flood the world, drown every fruit user. When the user dies, the fruit returns to the Eve Tree at Mary Joie. Once all 100 plus powers are back in the tree, Imu merges with the roots. He becomes the complete devil again, a planet-sized entity. But here is the flaw. His own logic. If he floods the world, he drowns his own holy knights. He drowns his own admirals. Imu is willing to sacrifice everyone just to feel whole again. That's not a king, that's an addiction. So, is Imu the strongest? Technically, yes, he owns the source code, but Luffy doesn't play by the code. Luffy is the glitch. Before you go, let me leave you with this. If Imu is the original devil and every fruit is a piece of his soul, then what happens when someone refuses to give that piece back? Blackbeard isn't collecting fruits for power, he's collecting hostages. Every fruit inside Teach is a piece of Imu that the devil can never reclaim. That's why Imu hasn't touched him yet. touch Blackbeard, you kill yourself. That is the end game, a devil who wants to be whole versus a man who wants to stay broken. If you made it to the end, you're the type of fan who reads the Void Century for fun, so hit subscribe, ring the bell. Here is my question to you. If Luffy ate the original seed from Laugh-Tale and became a second god tree, would the world have two sun gods, or would they cancel each other out? Drop your answer in the comments. The flood is coming. Pick a side. Peace.